Hello, everyone. Welcome to the NTI PodTalk. My name is Dianne Kaler, and I'm the Director of Nutrition Therapy Institute. This PodTalk is our opportunity to have fun conversations with interesting people who have interesting things to say about nutrition, food, and health. I talk to NTI instructors, students and grads, to health industry professionals, to farmers, and anyone else who has an interest in nutritional wellness. While many of our listeners come from within the NTI community as students and grads, we also have prospective students who tune in. And to those listeners in particular, I hope you find that the people we talk to inspire you to finally make the jump to pursue your passion and come to school here at NTI. So without further ado, let's get on with the show. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another edition of the NTI PodTalk. My name is Dianne Kaler, and I am Director of Nutrition Therapy Institute. We have a lot of opportunities to talk to a lot of people who have interesting things to say that are of interest to our community. We have recently been doing a series to provide more education to our community about the NANP Board Certification Exam and getting board certified in holistic nutrition. And today I am happy to welcome a graduate who is just starting her process to get ready to take the exam, Selina Rai. So Selina, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for having me here. I'm really glad to share my experience so far.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, let's first just kind of talk about you. We're a student at NTI. You graduated from NTI. Can you kind of give us a timeline when you were a student, when you graduated, and so just so we have an idea of how long it's been since you graduated?
I graduated 2022 July.
Okay.
From nutritionist program, nutrition therapy program, but then I took a little bit break, about 3 months, for nutrition chef. So
Yeah.
I graduated nutrition chef December of 2021.
Okay.
And so the total process, I would say, for both the programs, it was close to a little bit 2 years and 2 months or something. Yeah.
Okay, great. And just to clarify, it's natural food chef. I just want to make sure that
Natural food chef.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, and NFC, and what
NFC.
The N, yeah. The N could be anything, but it is natural food chef. Okay, so all right, so you have participated in both of our programs. You've gotten this comprehensive education, in our nutrition therapist master program, science-based, in-depth, comprehensive curriculum. So now you are, as I mentioned, starting the process of pursuing board certification. So can you talk about what prompted you to want to pursue board certification?
I think firstly, the main reason would be because it's the highest certification that we can get in our field.
Yeah.
And I've always wanted to go there from the very first time I heard about this certification, and we were still at school. But also early this year, I participated in the HealCon, nutrition, NANP conference, and just meeting a whole lot of people who have who think just the way we do, and then having that community just made me feel like I want to be part of this throughout my life from now onwards. So that was the second point when I decided I need to do this as soon as I get back. But then things happen. But yeah, I still wanted to do it before the next HealCon. I wanted to participate next year. So yeah, that's my target.
Great. Yeah. So I think many people understand this term board certification. Generally, it's certainly a mark of distinction, and it often occurs in, fields that have to do with health and wellness. Certainly, medical doctors are board certified, and there's all kinds of board certification processes in different fields. But you are right, in the field of holistic nutrition professionals, having board certification is kind of the highest level of certification and credentials. So that's awesome. And, I totally agree with you. Being included in this group of like-minded people and having a real strong, committed community to, just be part of. Sometimes it can feel like we're sort of out here in limbo and all on our own. So I think that's awesome that you're looking at this from a variety of ways. And one of them is to build and then reinforce that real sense of community with other holistic nutrition professionals. So that's awesome. So, all right. So I've heard people talk about the application process being kind of intense. So can you talk about the application process for you? And, it doesn't, if it wasn't intense for you, that's great. But I've heard some people say it's a little bit intense. So can you talk about what that process was for you?
I think it was just, to me, the intense level. I don't think it was very intense for me, like you mentioned, because it was just like when I was applying for school to be at NTI. Mm-hmm. It was like same thing, and we needed 2 references, reference letter, and just like a little bit of bio about why we want to do why I want to do this, and just the our like address and stuff, like general like form fill up, and $129 for the application fee, and the exam fee $300. I think that was pretty much it. And then the credit hours that we need to be done with, because when I applied, it was right before my deadline to be a year after my graduation. Mm-hmm. So I did I did pass through so that I can provide my credit hours after I am done with my exam. So I still have one more year to submit. I think, to submit my credit hours. Yeah. But yeah, I had already started working with my credit hours as soon as I graduated. So whoever clients I took after, as soon as I graduated from NTI, I've always like logged in, because I always knew I wanted to do this. Mm-hmm. So my direct contact hours are almost filled up already. And so to me, other than that hours, I think if you are prepared to do this, it's not a very big deal or any intense thing for me. Yeah.
Well, that's great. Yeah. So, as you say, with anything that has sort of an official nature to it, there are going to be documents that you need to gather to show, kind of that you're very serious about this, you have a strong intent, and then show legitimacy and validity to your eligibility for being able to take, whatever the process is, in this case, taking the board exam. And then you were talking about the requirement for the 500 contact hours. And so the NANP does have a requirement that you have 500 contact hours to be board certified. But for new graduates, they give you a grace period. And, you said you fell just under the limit for that grace period to be able to extend getting those 500 hours past the time when you take the exam. So that's a really big benefit for any, students who are coming up on graduation or who have just graduated, to know is that if you know that taking this exam is something that you're really interested in, taking advantage of that grace period is really helpful, but you need to kind of know about it and start getting your ducks in a row and getting prepped for it so that you can do that application before the grace period is over.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. All right. So where are you at in your process? What you've submitted your application, and so now you're prepping for the exam. Is that kind of where you're at?
Yes, yeah, I am really like putting my time, whatever extra times I have, I've been putting into preparing for the exam. And luckily, there was this new group of students who were preparing for this exam, or the participants were, and they started a new NANP board exam preparation group. So I actually never studied in a group like ever before. I just went on my own, but I wanted to give it a try and see. It might be like I might learn something from them, or like, just for the community's sake. And I joined the group from NANP website, students website, where everybody's preparing the exam, and we meet up every week on Mondays in the evening. We kind of divide the curriculum, like the parts we want to cover, and we prepare that, and then we make a presentation so that we build confidence on whatever material we are talking. And we also have the materials from other people, so it's kind of a good community to be at, because we discuss so many other stuff other than exams, like the regular client stuff and everything. So it's been a really good community. But also, apart from that, I gave like 2 to 3 hours, 2 hours at least every day, because I am like separating that time for myself, like preparing for either presentation or just studying. And all the school materials that we got, the contents, it's like really like I go through it first, and then if I can't find anything from that related to what's in the study guide, which is also in the end, after we apply, we get that study guide. So I go like hand in hand our school materials, refer to the guide, and then if anything else missing, and then I go to our old books. So it's like pretty much covered on that part. Like there are a couple of new books they have mentioned about. I bought only one because I thought I will keep using it even after my exams. So yeah, but I don't think it's necessary to get all the new books they have mentioned, because we already, whatever we have from school, it's pretty much everything's covered as per the guide, study guide.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you is, do you feel like your education here at NTI prepared you to be ready to go through this study process? Obviously, you still have to study, but at least not feeling like you're totally lost, as you're going through the study guide. So that's good to hear, and I think that's I think that's helpful for people to hear, because I think potentially students and graduates may feel some level of insecurity or apprehension about taking a board exam, because they feel like they won't be prepared and they won't have enough knowledge to feel ready to take the exam. And so to hear you say that all of your course materials are really helpful, and because you got such a good education here, an in-depth education here, that you do feel ready to do that, and it doesn't feel overwhelming and something that causes you apprehension. So that's great.
Yeah. I mean, for me, I did not know what to expect before I started studying. And then as I started studying, I started feeling more and more confident, like, oh, like we have covered this. It's just like a revision. And there's certain points, like details that in school we pretty much discussed, like all the teachers we had, they were like, they would mention this is really important because this will come regularly in our life, like we'll come across it. So those points which are highlighted and which I did highlight at that time while studying, actually those points are in the study guide material.
Oh,
Like,
wow.
I was like, oh, this is cool. Like I remember, and even when we are discussing in a group study thing, those points come up, and then some people are confused. And actually, it's been very. I have been able to help a lot of people understand those topics, like some diagrams, curve cycle, and all that stuff.
Oh, wow. Well, that's
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah,
I
yeah.
love hearing that. That's
Yeah.
great. That's really good. And of course, the people who are taking the NANP board exam come from all different schools. And so I am getting a lot of good feelings here that you're saying that, because of your education here, you're able to help people from others who have graduated from other schools, help them to understand what what they need to know. So that's awesome. I like hearing that. All right. So, based on kind of your process and your decision making and now your prep, do you have any advice that you would give to NTI students or grads who are considering taking the exam or haven't considered it yet, but maybe now after hearing you, it might be something that's triggering them to think about it? Do you have any advice that you can give to those people?
The only thing I would like to say is, like, I wish if I had just started the process right after graduating, because that way I would have more in like mind. It's good, like I'm revising and it's coming back, but I think it would have been a lot like easier in the sense that retaining, because you're fresh out and you still have stuff in your mind.
Yeah.
I wish if I had done that. But it's never too late still, right? I guess we repeated like some topics like so much at the end, like it's just like comes like automatically when we are revising, and that's one point. But I still feel like I should have done it right after graduation process, no, starting the process and everything. And I guess that's pretty much it in that part. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So something that I maybe should have asked earlier, have you thought about ways that being board certified will help your career? Are there things that you're looking forward to that board certification will promote, the building of your career, or how your career may evolve because you have been or are going to be board certified?
I think career-wise, like, I mean, I started working right after taking clients right after I graduated. But to me, I kind of felt like I want to keep learning, because every other day, there's new research coming out. There's new studies going on, and I wanted to feel caught up. I wanted to continue learning. And I think this is the other reason, which I did not mention earlier, which made me feel like being in this community, I would get updates about that, and I will be accountable to complete my CEC like credits and all that stuff. Yeah, and apart from that, because I have been taking clients from everywhere, not only from Colorado, even though I'm located in Littleton. I have some clients from Poland. I have some clients from London and Australia. It just happened organically for me, from friends of friends and like family's friends. So to me, I think this certification, having this, because we in the NANP conference, there's people from all over the world. It's not just from America like here. So having that contact, and because they are trying to maintain that standard, worldwide standard, I think that would where it helped me a lot, because I am already taking clients from all over the world. So that was one point really helped me.
Yeah, well, that is, I that is not something I would have thought of, because, you know, I would guess that most people are not working with international clients, but yeah, board certification is not just recognized in the United States, it is recognized worldwide. And so I can definitely see how that would improve your ability to work with those international clients. So, so that's awesome. All right. Well, why don't you tell us, you said you've been seeing clients. And by the way, for those listening, board certification is not required in order for you to practice as a nutrition therapist. So, you definitely can start taking clients immediately upon graduation. Getting board certified just gives you that higher level of certification and credential. Tell us the name of your business and your contact information so that in case people hearing this want to reach out to you, they can do that. And then, before you give us your contact information, do you have thoughts about how you would like to see your business move, or I should say evolve and progress, or is it really just gaining more of those international students? Or sorry, it's clients, not students, clients.
For me, I did not choose to, I did not choose or expect to get clients from all over, but I just took whatever came to me because I wanted to keep practicing so that I get better.
Yeah.
And it just organically happened. And also when we were doing our business classes in NTI, we were advised to have a niche market, right?
Yep.
For me, there were so many subjects I wanted to keep working on, prenatal, postnatal, digestive health, because it has so much connection to all, holistically. And because I was already into meditation and yoga, I wanted to somehow connect that to my practice. And so that's how it's been. And I have been working mostly the way the clients came to me for postnatal and digestive health is the main part I'm focusing right now. And because postnatal is also a little bit about fertility and everything. So it's kind of that kind of clients are being attracted to my practice. And also hormonal issues, which is also connected in that, right? So so I really want to see because I just started it's been not even been a whole year since I've been working. I'm just letting the universe talk to me where I need to get, right? And I'm open to learning to all that factor, but I really want to still keep working on how mental health is connected to all those factors, digestive and hormonal and everything. I really want to make myself strong in that field in coming future. So yeah, I'm looking for some other certifications to do on, just keep learning, and gut and brain axis field, more mentioned.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Well, so now tell us your business name and your contact information for anyone who does want to reach out to you.
Yes, I recently launched my website. It's Ahara Kalpa. My business name is also Ahara Kalpa, Holistic Wellness with Selina Rai, LLC. So that's my business name, and website is www.aharakalpa.com, aharakalpa.com. It actually means selecting very good quality food and preparing good quality food to help our cycle of life feel better, healthy. So it's in a Sanskrit term. So yeah, and you can always reach out to me or email to me at aharakalpa.com or at hotmail or gmail.com. both emails work equally. Like I check both emails all the time. And my number, I don't know if I should.
You don't need to do that. That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, just your website is good. And I will add that you're listed on our graduate page on our website. So, people can go to our website on our graduate page and be able to get access to your contact information through that as well. So, all right. Well, I love the name of your business. I love the, I didn't know what it meant until you just said. And, as you know, by being a student here, I am incredibly interested in nutrient density and eating well and all those kinds of things. So the name of your business is very resonant with me. So I love it. All right. Well, anything else you would like to say or add to the conversation before we end it? And it's okay if you don't have anything, but if you do,
Yeah, I think the more I met the people from this field, and the more I'm communicating with the people and building the network in this field, I feel like really grateful that I selected NTI. I took time and I selected NTI above other colleges. I wouldn't mention the name, but because even just for preparing this NANP program, and there's some people I noticed that some colleges just prepare them to just give this board exam.
Mm-hmm.
And they have credentials to work, but it's more focused to just pass the exam, some points. And for us, it was not just the exam, it was just handling whatever comes to us. And it was like so much more than just the board exam. So which means we are already prepared to give the exam in the meantime, but we are also prepared to just face and be with the clients, like that make that connection with the clients, because we really do know so much more than the people, like students I have come across, like some of them like gave the exam so many times and could not pass it, but also it doesn't mean like it's not good, but I guess they did not have, and when I asked their curriculum, it's like half of what we did. Like I was just curious, I wanted to know what they learned so that if there's something like I need to catch up with. But like it's like some of it is like just like half of what we learn, and the time duration they had is, I guess, not enough. So I always thought if I go back to college or school again, I want to go to the best school ever, like among whatever field I choose. And I really felt like I did make the right decision choosing NTI, like even like after now, like actually facing the client.
Yeah. Well, that was a completely unsolicited answer that you gave, and I am grateful that you have those kind words to say about NTI. That is, my mission is to make sure that our school is providing the best, the most comprehensive education, so that our graduates can, however they want to show up in the world and however they want to impact, have an impact on those that they interact with. I want them to have the ability to do that, the confidence to do that, the knowledge to do that. So I am thrilled to hear that you found that, and I greatly appreciate that. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, for this, whatever you are working on, the platform you created.
The series, for NANP. Yeah, awesome. All right. Well, Selina, it was such a pleasure talking to you and seeing you again. I always like seeing our grads and hearing what they're doing. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much too. And thank you to all the teachers when I get a chance to thank them. It was all like every class has made so much change and difference in my life in a good way, just in a good way, so thank you to all the teachers as well.
All right. Well, thank you. All right. Have a great rest of your day, Selina.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Hi there, and thanks for listening today. If what you heard today inspires you to want to pursue an education in holistic nutrition here at Nutrition Therapy Institute, please check us out on our website, ntischool.com, and reach out to us at admissions@ntischool.com. Our in-depth, comprehensive education is sure to provide you with the knowledge and skills you need to create the work of your dreams. Do something that feeds your passion, aligns with your values, and fuels your drive for a vital and meaningful life. It will be rewarding for yourself, your family, and anyone else with whom you interact. And with that, see you on the next episode.